The horror genre in film is one of the most difficult tasks to pull off in cinema. You have some movies where it dissects the fabric of human beings and explores its deepest and inner fears and displays it to the audience in such a unique and visceral way. But then you have other times where it's completely fucking stupid and doesn't work for shit.
You guys might want to run.
And other times, it embraces the absurdity of the genre and creates something entertaining that not only film buffs can enjoy. Just an average, regular Joe who just doesn't give a shit about cinema and wants to watch an entertaining movie. And there's nothing wrong with that. Jordan Peele is right on that level of creating something so ridiculous, but also extremely entertaining and rewatchable. Last time he did that with 2017's Get Out, and now he's back to tackle horror again with Us. And he does the same thing as before, but not equally as good. Jordan Peele clearly shows that he has talent behind the camera as a writer and director of his own movie, that even early on in his career, you can easily tell that it's a movie directed by him just by its style. He sticks to his roots as a comedian while adding his message of social commentary to balance out its tones. He's the type of writer where he knows his concepts are absolutely ridiculous, sort of like a Twilight Zone episode. But underneath its core is one huge message about today's society and how we function. In case you didn't know, the movie is called Us. So that means us Americans, and it's a reflection of how Americans are as a society. Yo, what the fuck? 10 out of 10. There's a sense of eeriness and dread within this universe that Jordan Peele creates by following the perspective of Lupita Nyong'o, a woman who is haunted by a childhood experience, yet has never given herself an opportunity to communicate about it with any of her family members, till that very nightmare comes back to revisit her. On a vacation with her family, she's forced to confront her past when doppelganger-like forms of her and her loved ones arrive to terrorize the family, adding to the weight that she's been carrying all these years. And from that, we have a fairly entertaining thriller. The actors' performances from Winston Duke, Lupita Nyong'o, and the little kids I can't think of the names of right now, are given a lot to do when tasked to play two different characters. Especially Lupita Nyong'o, an actress I very much respect, can come across more comedic than scary. I swear, at times I couldn't understand what she was saying from her other half. I wanted to turn around to the projectionist and be like, yo, put on some subtitles. Which can be my biggest complaint about Us, is that the level of horror didn't quite reach to that level of making me feel uncomfortable when, let's say, walking to my car or falling asleep after watching the movie. The whole point of a horror movie is to throw something at you unexpectedly and affect your entire mindset to where your psyche believes that this can actually happen to you. However, I give it the benefit of the doubt because my fears are a lot different when it comes to other people, so if your fears resides from a copy of yourself coming back in a red suit to kill you with a pair of golden scissors, then I think that you may have a horror treasure on your hands. Sound and music has always been a huge part of horror that I believe is a lot more frightening than its visuals. Music is absolutely present and equally shines next to Jordan Peele as the director. Composer Michael Abels re-teams with Peele after Get Out and gives a haunting symphonic score with a heavy focus on its string section to give us some of that same eeriness as the lead characters. If anything, who I believe deserves that Academy Award nomination, it'll be Michael Abels. Sound, on the other hand, I mean, yeah, it was okay. Oh, but that score, if you love the score from Get Out, you're in for a treat. All of its other technicalities are there as opposed to lighting, production design, makeup, all very effective parts of creating a horror movie. They're all very good. I can see Jordan Peele getting a lot better in that department, and he puts his budget to good use since his budget quadrupled as opposed to Get Out. When you make use of your budget and make it look/feel professional, then mwah. However, in some movies, certain audiences need to have that ending to wrap everything up into a nice bow with a solid conclusion. Us's ending may be the moment where it'll divide some people. Although what happens is extremely crucial to the message that Jordan Peele is trying to bring across, if you're all about movies having that deeper meaning and being a self-reflection of how we are today, you'll absolutely get that. On the other hand, there may be people out there where they'll view it to have contradictions on some of the rules that Jordan Peele creates within his own universe. And quite honestly, I can see both sides having their valid reasons. I'm more along the middle of the road. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it just yet. I need it to digest a little bit longer, but everything else from what I mentioned before is the reason you should see the movie. It's far from the scariest thing I've ever seen, but I think you'll get a kick out of it. Check it out when you can. Thank you guys so much for watching my review for Us. I wanted to wait a little bit before putting this video out because the ending, it's not bad. I just have a few issues with it, that's all. I'm still gonna support Jordan Peele. If you like the video, like the video. If you guys have seen Us, comment down below and tell me what you thought about the movie. Also really help, and I would really appreciate it if you support the channel by subscribing and checking out my Patreon and supporting that as well to, you know, help me put more videos like this out there, because it's a tough world out there. That's all I have for you guys today, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.